Willie, just what'd you think of Boo in his first action and how he carried out his assignments throughout the game?
I thought he did a great job. We had a couple guys that played for the first time, and he was one of them, and made some plays. Moment wasn't too big for him, and and obviously we'd love to see what he looks like this game, because obviously you're trying to make the biggest improvement, from game 1 to game 2. But I thought he played well.
Obviously, you guys are very aware of Concepcion for NC State. What are some of the things they try to do with them, and what are some of the biggest challenges in defending him?
He's a great player. I mean, we're aware of it. He's been very productive in his career. Just not doing more than your job, really. Just do your job. Obviously have eye discipline. Be aware where he's at, because he can move. He can be in any kind of position. He can be in the backfield. Obviously, he can be as an outside receiver. He can be an inside receiver. He's a ball in hand guy. But no more, no less. Not doing more than what your job is, and then obviously being disciplined to know that don't let the motions and the shift get you off of what your assignment is. And that's what they do. They do a great job with their scheme. And we just got to do a great job of executing.
You mentioned the expected improvement for Boo from week 1 to week 2. What are some of the things that you'd like to see maybe clean up against NC State?
I think for the most part, all the guys, right? Again, you want to make the biggest improvement from game 1 to game 2. There's no preseason games, obviously, in college, and to be able to play the amount of guys we played in the first ball game and get the experience, the ones that didn't have it. We just want to see, the alignments maybe a little bit better. The communication has to be a lot better. That's where we got to improve on, and that's player to player. It's not so much someone like Boo or whoever it is. You know what I mean? It's got to be between the whole back end, and we want to see the improvement of communication and getting lined up at a faster pace and getting our eyes where they belong.
Coach, you've been at this a long time. I mean, was that a typical game 1? Was that better than a typical game 1 for a secondary? I know you got to play a lot of guys.
Right.
That kind of game 1, it's under your belt. Now you go to game 2. Is that sort of what you thought and expected?
We kept saying that, you got to come out at midseason form. Again, like I said a little while ago, you don't have preseason games where you have a scrimmage, and we just scrimmage ourselves, So we had to be at midseason form. And that had to be with the communication, the alignments, and then obviously execute in the defense. And I thought for the most part we did that. Obviously we got some things that we had to correct, things that we didn't like, how we executed. And I think that, again, this is a different game from a standpoint of how much more they give us, and we got to improve tremendously with the communication, like I said just a minute ago, but I thought they played. I thought they played hard. I thought they played energized. I think that for a first ball game, it was pretty good. It really was from the back end standpoint. The entire defense.
Coach, what's the challenge of facing a quarterback with so much experience like Grayson McCall, and what have you seen from him and watching film preparing for this game?
Yeah, he's athletic. He's obviously had a lot of success in the previous spot that he was at, and he's got leadership. He's got good awareness, field awareness of what defenses are doing. So you got an experienced guy back there with some weapons, players, athletic players outside and at the receiver position, at the tight end position, the running back position. So we got to make sure that we're well aware of the situations in the ball game. You don't have an inexperienced guy. He's had a lot of success. We just got to do a really good job of trying to create long, situations on third down and stay out of the, with third and shorts and where they're actually controlling the situation. But he's obviously a tremendous player. Obviously he can beat you with his running, as long as his arm. So he's proven that in the past.
Coach, what was your experience with the technology stuff, the headsets, the iPads? Where did you see the biggest impact coming from that? Was it less than you thought, more than you thought?
No, it was good. It was good to be able to show them the picture as opposed to drawing it on a board. And anytime, obviously, you can see it live, or it looks like live, what they just did 5 minutes earlier was good. It was good for communication. Obviously, it helped us a lot.
What'd you see from Jermod McCoy at corner?
I thought, again, he's going to continue to grow and get big and better and better. I saw a guy that his experience showed up, at situations. We had obviously a defensive call down in the red zone where he was very aware of what he was getting based off the base of the call, and he knew what to anticipate, what kind of route the receiver was playing, the experience, the little things that. He's got great field awareness, and his experience showed up in that moment and in some other plays too.
What were your thoughts on how Jalen McMurray and some of the other depth cornerbacks deal with Ricky Gibson not playing?
Yeah, I think for the most part, those guys all played really well. I mean, Jalen was, again, the same thing I just answered, you know what I mean? Someone who you can see has experience. Some of his decision-making and alignments and having the feel of what's coming with the D&D and the formation showed up, so the experience showed up. He got himself, he didn't there wasn't a lot of plays he was being attacked on, but there were some, and he didn't have a chance to throw it, where he looked really good and kind of knew what was going on, so his experience really helped us.
I know you got a chance to see Caleb Beasley and some of the other freshmen out there. What specifically on Caleb and Gorey, how have those guys come along so far, being on campus several months?
For Caleb, obviously he had a setback early on in the spring, and to get where he's at right now is really good, because he missed a lot, and for him to catch up on some of the reps he didn't have that some of the other guys had, and to execute it in a game. He wasn't perfect, but by no means. But to see the calmness of a freshman in his first year, obviously, I know he's here earlier than like most are now. But and to have make adjustments, didn't do it quite well like it was supposed to be on one of the plays he had, But he was able to take the coaching and the adjustment and it was seamless the rest of the way, so it was really good. Marcus got in there late, was really good. It's awesome to get Marcus in there at the end. Made a tackle, made a nice play on a seam route that they threw, and so it's good to get all the guys that got in there. That's you can't. That's a tremendous advantage to get those guys that experience, in that situation. Thank you, Coach. Yep. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.